was crazy too.
Yo, happy Monday, everybody. How's everybody doing? If you're watching on the replay, down below, make sure you register for the free training on Wednesday. Got a bunch of Q4 game for you guys. If you're watching on the replay, down below, make sure you register for the free training on Wednesday. Got a bunch of...
My bad.
There we go.
I honestly thought I had it right this time.
What up, Taylor? What up, Armand? Stephanie? David, Cole, Ashton? How's everybody doing?
I wonder where Corey is.
Monday, fam. What's up? Who's up? That's good banter.
Yeah, so let us know what we can help you guys out with. I just got is Garrett's audio weird for you, Miles, or is it?
It's better now. It's better now. It's better
Yeah,
now.
it's better now.
Okay. I plugged these headphones in like 2 seconds ago, so I guess they just aren't very good.
All right. Cool. Okay, sweet. Let's dig in, gents. It's a beautiful Monday, right? Helping the people get rich. What we got going on? What up? Okay, we got some of the regulars tuning in. Love to see that already. Good stuff right there.
Got Eddie and Armand in the building. A couple other regulars. Gene.
Taylor, we had an episode scheduled last Friday, but they canceled on us.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Miles and I got canceled on.
I even tried to do an episode today to keep it a buck with you. But we'll be back weekly. I'll make that like official announcement here. We got to do Jimmy for Q4. Yeah, we got some other ones we'll do too. How to make RA more efficient at the Nike store. So the really nice part about RA is that YouTubers show exactly what they buy when they buy it. So like you just got to go watch an hour or two of like Nike out YouTubers and you're going to know a decent amount right there. Other really good methods is you can loop the 15% new account using a catch-all email, which is pretty cool on that. And then the nice part is once you go to the store a couple times, you can kind of start to get an idea of what products need to be priced at.
Hey,
there he is. What up, Corey?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about that.
You were dropping.
Was it nap time?
no, it was
No.
Okay.
He was the gym or something, bro.
He was getting a dub in Warzone, probably.
No, I just got out of the shower. Sorry.
Corey body.
How are we doing today, Corey?
Good. How about you guys?
Bro, that last Monday feels like forever ago for some reason.
That's
Usually
what I was
they
thinking.
go by quick, but this past
Dude,
week,
yeah, I don't know why this one felt slow though.
Yeah. Is it normal to have 2 accounts? No. Only if you're selling separate products. You can just have different SKUs.
Those reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just have different SKUs if you want to do FBM and FBA. Do it on the same account, though.
That's some serious free game, though, for December. If you can be FBA and FBM on the same thing, even if the FBM is just one unit that's high price, like it increases your buy box share.
Lucas, just go. Miles actually has an ungating guy. What is it? Ungating.com or something?
We need that, though.
That was a good point. But yeah, no, there's no domain for that one, though. But watch the auto-ungate video I made like 3 weeks ago. I'll help out.
Had a slow day at work. Got through the entire ungate list approved for 500 brands. Time to get to work. That's the energy we need.
Yeah.
Miles, how many brands were on that list again?
I think, Warner, it's like 1,100, right?
Yeah, I put like 1,800 on there.
Yeah. Nice. So the nice thing is you really don't have to go through the whole thing because like they're auto-ungates in the first place. You kind of just got to prove to yourself that some of them work, basically, and then have the confidence that like you're going to sell a bunch of products, so you'll start to get more and more as you go too.
You can FBA and FBM on the same list. And yeah, and a lot of people don't know that, which is a huge advantage. Right? You'll probably come across, if you haven't already, listings where you see the same name show up on 2 different lines. And that's all that is.
Yeah, Chad Scalers. Nice. Also, some more free sauce while we're on the FBM. We're getting the FBM jig here. There's certain products that have multiple listings on Amazon. That is an unbelievably good way to diversify risk and make extra cash is listing on multiple ASINs with FBM too. And I tell that to quite literally hundreds of people and no one does it. So if one person picks that up here and does it, man, you just thank Uncle Flips when you add a couple of these bottom line in December.
Well, listing on multiple ASINs in general, right? I mean, we do that with FBA products, or we do that with FBA SKUs all the time. I mean, there's plenty of times where we'll source a product, we'll find 2, sometimes even 3 really good ASINs for it. And if we're buying, let's say, 1,000 units of that product, to really diversify our risk, we'll send 300 into one, 300 into another, and maybe 400 into the third. And then you'll see which ones ends up selling the best, and then either double down on that one or just keep doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's the beauty of FBM Q4 too. You split it between different listings and you just move it to the most profitable one. Like that's what a
Yeah,
lot of
with
agents
FBM
wanna
you
do.
can adapt really
Yeah,
quick for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and especially as a newer seller, like that's so nice to reduce that risk
Yes.
and be able to move.
That's like one of the biggest advantages that all of you guys have over us who are using like prep centers and doing things like slightly slower route is you can move your inventory between different fulfillment methods and different SKUs way faster.
Yeah,
And for wholesale specifically, there's inherent benefits of going across multiple listings because you build in extra discount, right? So if you're buying for 2, 3 of the exact same product across 3 listings, well, that's just so much more quantity that you can buy, and you may add 50 cents, 20 cents, $1 on each of those units you sell, which is huge. And then of course, if you start to get into different quantities of variations, there's a lot of opportunity to start doing that.
Yeah, honestly, thinking about it, like a newer seller has so many advantages over a more experienced seller on like the OA side of things. You're so much more nimble. You can do FBM. You can move a lot quicker typically because you have less leverage. There's less people involved, right? So you got like a ton of advantage because there's not economies of scale in OA. There's economies of scale in terms of knowledge, but it's not like other people are really buying stuff cheaper than you, like to a certain extent.
Sure. If you had any dreams or nightmares about Amazon, for sure.
I used to have dreams of sourcing like in a thrift store all the time.
Yeah, I got them more when I was doing like in store. Like your brain likes physical a lot more than the computer. But yeah, for sure, you're not doing it right if you're not dreaming about if you're not falling asleep putting packages into polybags as Q4. Like
you're seeing keepagraphs in your sleep.
Right.
You need to be so obsessed that you see keepagraphs in your sleep. I'm ripping that right now on the timeline. Yeah, that's easy money right there too. Bought a badge. Appreciate it, family. Make sure those of you guys on Instagram, make sure to get and YouTube, make sure to get registered for the free training going down on Wednesday night at the link in the description here.
For sure.
Do you go live every day? I mean, it's definitely most days at this point.
Yeah, especially through the end of the year, just because like I need all you boys and girls printing as much cash as possible, and I feel it is my moral duty.
What's the easiest to start off? So I would say Amazon for sure. Easy. But then even within Amazon, I would do retail arbitrage. Start scanning Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Burlington Coat Factory, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Grocery Outlet. Between those 6, 7 stores, there's probably a couple near you wherever you are in the country. And within that store, there's probably a couple $100 of weekly profit to be made. Whether you want to actually pull up and go and spend the hour sourcing, that's kind of on you. But in terms of the easiest way to get started, the easiest way to add $2,000 to your income right now, it would be retail arbitrage and selling FBA, especially Amazon being on a hyperdrive over the next 3 months.
That's always my advice to people who say, where should I get started? I always point them towards retail arbitrage because one, you get feedback so much quicker. So you can get products to Amazon quicker. You'll see what sells and what's profitable. So you can double down on those products. And then 2, you get so many reps reading a keepograph and you'll get hundreds of reps per day if you're really out there grinding. And so when you're getting feedback that quickly and when you're reading that many keepographs, you get really good at selling on Amazon really quick. And so if you can get good at retail arbitrage just by getting those reps in, you can easily transfer those skills to online arbitrage or wholesale. It applies pretty much across the board.
Well, dude, honestly, you don't even need to be that good at reading keepographs. There's so much room for error when you're buying 1 unit here, 2 units there, 5 units.
So true.
Right? Because assuming you're just simply going based off sales rank and looking at not even the keepograph, just price points. I mean, with FBM, there's so much room for error. You can buy out a maxed market and sell out in the next 3 days.
Yeah. And also too with retail arbitrage, there's not really coupons in a way there is with OA, or at least coupons aren't as important. So not only is the margin higher, but it's also way easier to understand too, because like the price is kind of just the price. I mean, you can do discounted gift cards too if you're a gangster, but retail is like so good. And then you also the cash flow cycle is compressed. It's quicker too because you can buy stuff and list it same day. Like you need to be retail arbitrage maxing.
And I mean, you add so many days to your money cycle, right? If you RA for an entire year in comparison to someone who OAs for an entire year, add on top of that merchant fulfill capability, you have probably 10, 15 money cycles compared to someone who's OA and FBAing. And
yeah, people sleep on retail arbitrage. And if you're doing, the thing is too, if you're good at online arbitrage, you can just look for those same deals in store and to get either access to more supply, or a lot of times, I mean, the deals in your area are not going to be the same as the deals in the other parts of the country. So it makes it slightly less competitive than OA in that regard. Garrett, that supplier flow sweatshirt is fresh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
thanks.
I need a sweatshirt, Garrett.
Where can I buy? Yeah, where's the merch store?
I'll send you guys some stuff.
Corey, speaking of that, you don't even have this, so you got a lot of work to do. Like,
I know, I got to stock up.
Yeah, bro, get on that.
I'll be
Text
making
me
some
your
Q4
Corey. Text me your
purchases.
address. I'll have a T-shirt on the way to you tomorrow.
The Pete's Etsy store is actually starting to get organic traffic too. Like people are
That's
joining.
the funniest thing ever.
Hell yeah.
People
Did he start it as like a joke, or is he like seriously trying to push it?
Well, I mean, it's good banter, but like, I mean, it's had 5 sales since I checked like the other day. So
Nice.
and no advertising too, no paid media either, just straight organic traffic.
But like realistically, there's probably like 200, 250, 300 cool people in the Amazon space who will, for the banter, buy that shirt.
Yeah.
Which is the funniest thing ever.
And a lot of smart people are realizing if they just buy the shirt, like the dudes will just start rocking with them too.
I mean, at least good for 5 retweets and probably 20, 30 followers.
Yeah. The good morning chain was lit. I'm actually doing that good morning chain. I have a recurring alarm on my phone now to do that good morning chain every Thursday.
Lucas was asking earlier what everyone's Q4 targets are. What's everyone's December goal? Do you guys have a number?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be home to pump FBM the way I have in the past, but at least like 250 to 400. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm shooting for 400, but that's like the reach goal at this point. I'm mostly trying to do FBA Q4 as well.
Well, exactly.
Is that December revenue? 400?
Yeah. The dog left us is what we're saying. Or
I'm trying to get. I'm pushing for 50K gross profit in December, and then just as much as we can get to before, in November as well.
Yeah.
Well, the key is, Corey, you are going to have to buy some of these OA links this year. You're not going to have a choice. You're going to be force fed them. So
if I'm force fed leads, I mean, who am I to not buy a lead? Like, why would I do that?
You'd be surprised. Yeah.
Got my first
Casino
5-star
Kings.
review the other
Yeah,
day.
I was about
That's
to read
what's
that.
up.
Good stuff.
That's awesome.
And a lot
By
of
the
people.
way,
I was going to say real quick. So speaking of reviews, so a lot of people, I mean, that's a common question that I get is, I've got X amount of sales, but I either have no reviews or I have very few seller reviews. So the thing with reviews is don't really worry about them. Bottom line, just focus on selling more. If you really want to solicit seller feedback, which I mean, it's smart to do because it does play in somewhat to your buy box percentage. If you're a seller board customer, use their autoresponder feature. It basically sends an automated email to every customer that buys from you, I believe 7 days after the package is marked as delivered by Amazon, and pretty much just ask the customer to leave you 1, a seller review. So like for your seller account, and then 2, a product review. So that's a selling point to brands too. If you have that set up, you can say, hey, we're actively getting you more product reviews by sending these automated emails 7 days after we sell a product.
Bro said, who is your barber? And yeah, we are live on YouTube right now. A Puerto Rican lady in the cut of rural Pennsylvania. I have no idea what her name is. And yeah. But I've had the same haircut since 2014, the same SOP for the haircut.
Is that including the mullet days?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, definitely. Because I just used to never get it cut.
I've had a grand total of 2 haircuts since 2019.
That's like one of my favorite statistics for you, actually. Yeah.
I'm on the 3-week cadence. I go to the same lady.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
See, I should do something with it, but if you just put it up every day, it looks the exact same, and you do no extra work. It's optimizing, right?
Ungated Funko, yeah, bro. You'll be like Kohl's on any of those big sites, man. You'll be good to go with that.
So Brandon asks, happy Monday, guys. Just did a 300-pound FBA shipment this weekend. Was wondering about LTL shipments and the pros and cons with that option. So Brandon, from my perspective, so LTL is best if your total shipment weight is, I believe the lowest it can be is 150 pounds. Is it 150 or 250? I tweeted out a shipping guide the other day. It's either 150 or 250 pounds minimum for the total shipment. So anywhere between that on the low end up to 10 total pallets, kind of anywhere in between that threshold is going to be ideal for LTL shipments. And then if you're shipping more than 10 pallets at a time, typically shipping FTL, meaning full truckload, is going to be your cheapest option.
Speaking of,
is that Billy?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I thought that was Billy for a second.
You're so out of touch of reality. No, that's 0 day. Come on.
You need to
But
brush
I
up
mean,
on
there are a
my,
lot of drawbacks to the LTL.
Yeah.
definitely.
Right, I mean,
yeah.
you have to deal
Honestly,
with-
LTL is the worst way to ship. I mean, SPDs. Well, so it depends on what you're going for, but in terms of time to get to Amazon, LTL is the worst way to ship.
For 300 pounds, it probably doesn't make sense. For
'Cause you have
Right.
to, I mean, you have to
Yeah.
deal with missed pickups. You have to deal with a lift gate. I mean, there's just so many moving pieces. And a lot of times you could be waiting for that pallet to get picked up, especially in my experience recently, the past couple months, like at least a week
Yeah.
or two.
We just had,
They
we just
keep
had
pushing us
AAA
back.
Cooper
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
a shipment
Same thing.
every day for 3 weeks in a row, and we finally
Yeah.
got them to come.
Is it safe to buy low-cost Nike products in order to try to ungate the brand? My brother in Christ, 60 years ago, they would have sent you to Vietnam alongside us. Everything is safe. So yes, absolutely, yes.
What?
Everything is safe. It's true. It's true.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. LTL sucks. Max body. Damn. Okay, we got the Chad Scalers in here knowing about. Yeah, facts. Yeah, that is disrespectful, Corey.
David, it's if you go to my Twitter bio, it's the link to it's in the bio profile. All on Amazon.
A lot of Amazon body.
Jay's having some Amazon dreams. You had a dream you're doing RA at a Dick's outlet. That means you're doing it correctly. That means you're making money, Jay.
He's on the right track for sure.
Yeah, that's actually some free game too. Look up going, gone, like Dick's Warehouse Sale. See if you got any of those nearby. There's a big one near where Garrett and I live in Pennsylvania that we've been to. It's actually near the Mecca, near the dinner location for that area too. Actually, yeah.
Catherine, so because you are restricted on funds, we have to be super strategic, right? So if we think about the ways to maximize those dollars, it's first and foremost, it's retail arbitrage, right? Eliminating the shipping time. And then on top of that, to compound the efficiency, it's coupling that retail arbitrage with FBM, right? And so you have to deal with any sort of shipping processing time. And that's going to be the quickest way to get your products from you to the customer and get that money back in your bank account as efficiently as possible. And on top of all of that, right, there's a lot of upside with retail arbitrage, especially with like the clearance aisles, Nike outlet, Under Armour, Adidas, all those sorts of things. There's a lot of opportunity to make really high ROI money in the stores, grocery outlet, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington Coat Factory, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Ollie's.
Chad Ollie's. Step one, Max credit card. Correct. Max credit card. He said, yeah. Well, place a bet on a 10-step Japanese minor league soccer parlay is the first.
That's step one in starting an Amazon business.
No, that's not. No, we did go over the official Billy Flips steps to all the way from placing the 10-leg parlay, the Twitter account, the free books, the loan from your JV soccer coach in high school, and then well, this is not my advice, but according to Billy, you got to stack up that first 20 to 50K during Q4 and then have the discipline to not invest that into the SP 500 and to use it to get the $600 a month apartment and the freedom, the runway.
This is another good question, Lucas. Where'd it go? When you sit down to start sourcing, how do you decide where to start? So there's a couple different ways. First and foremost, if you have a built-out catalog, there's a lot of opportunity built into that catalog, whether it be your top couple brands. You can use those brands to dig in using Keeper Product Finder. You can go into different variations of products that you're already selling and doing well on, right? And inside your top 5 products in your catalog, there's 20, 50, 100, potentially tens of smart sellers selling the same sort of product from probably similar stores and similar products, right? So I would start in the adjacencies that are already connected within your catalog, right? Use that, and that's going to be a really, really, really good little starting point to fuel the rest of your sourcing until you really have experience in terms of the specific sites that you want to hone in on and drill in on.
Can I unlock Funko Pop with Walmart? Yes. I didn't get the invoice. Just use the email right there. Yeah. Corey, are you hip to the Buy Box Bandits X Rise and Grind FBM season collab that's dropping during Black Friday?
I don't think I am.
Yeah.
Corey is so out of touch with Twitter. It's for someone who tweets every day. It's
I don't really look at that's the thing is I just use Tweet Hunter primarily.
You got to be engaged in that, and we have potential pending Warner approval for FBA roadmap X Rise and Grind collab too.
I don't know if that would be fun. The rise and grind is not really my MO, but I support the rise and grind mentality. Yeah, I support the movement.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like FBM season or like to the moon or something like that. Yeah. But the FBM season Buy Box Bandits collab is gonna go crazy.
Specifically, a limited drop on Black Friday is going to be so.
Yeah, limited drop. Yeah, because like dude, Black Friday is going to be a movie. Like there's going to be some marathon streams, just giving the people something to do while they're checking out.
With RAOA, question scrolled up. How do you go about scaling in terms of sourcing products? So I was getting a bunch of questions on the roadmap call last night. Like I'm finding a bunch of like okay products. Like how do I scale that? Like, and something that you need to understand is that arbitrage in general is about gradually improving your catalog. You're not going to have like the perfect products right away. You're not going to start off with 20% profit and like super fast movers, right? So as you go, you're just going to start dumping the products that weren't quite as good, and gradually your catalog is going to improve. You're going to gradually expand your catalog to enough sites so you're not running into order cancels at scale. And that's kind of the game. So it's just source more products, and the volume of the amount of leads you find is how you scale.
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't be thinking about ASD until at least like February. There's too much other things to be worried about right now. ASD is not until March. I wouldn't have that on your radar until at least like mid-January, early February of next year.
Yeah, it will be fun though. But yeah,
Super.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, so hey guys, I've been doing wholesale for a little bit over a month. I've had no luck with suppliers yet. I'm currently looking to niche down into pool supplies. Is it too early to niche down for me? So as far as your question, is it too early to niche down? Definitely not. In fact, it's never too early to niche down. I think that if sellers would niche down from the start, like when they start selling wholesale, they'd actually have a lot more success a lot quicker. So your idea to niche down into pool supplies, I think that's a great niche. In fact, we've sold in pool supplies before. There's a brand called King Technology. It's called Spa Frog is like one of their brands. Take a look at that brand. It is one that's pretty easy to source through distributors. They don't sell to Amazon. They sell through third parties. They have a MAP policy. And then look for other brands just like that brand. So I think their main subcategory is like spa purifiers, I think. So look at other big brands in that spa purifier subcategory, and then master a subcategory within pool supplies. And I guarantee you'll find multiple brands that you can do really well with.
Well,
and then make sure as you're doing your outreach, as you're managing those relationships, you go get a trial of supplier flow to make sure you're maximizing all of those accounts that you're reaching out to.
Still waiting on my tea, rise and grind. Yeah, Ashton, if you just got to make sure you're consistently laying off the CEDOs, and the tea will get there when it's ready. I've been seeing Ashton on Twitter too. It's actually. Oh, you were saying?
Oh, somebody asked, just where do I get my VAs from? Like Fiverr. So I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking for like a freelance service, like logo creation, website design, that type of thing, then Fiverr is going to be your best bet. If you're looking for a virtual employee who's going to be a part of your team, whether full-time or part-time, then you're going to want to find them either through Upwork or through my favorite platform is onlinejobs.ph. You'll just post a job posting. You'll have a lot of applicants apply, and then you'll interview and choose the best fit for your business.
Bro said, why don't you drop ship these nuts? Is it still profitable FBM through a prep center? Absolutely. You'll lose a little bit of like your flexibility, but it definitely is possible.
Yeah, you don't want to be hiring reoccurring employees from Fiverr, because then Fiverr gets what is it 5-10%. They get a fee after every pay.
And there's no incentive for a Fiverr freelancer to come work for you, because they've realistically already built a steady flow of leads for themselves on Fiverr. Going to work for you exclusively, unless you were paying them a ridiculous amount, wouldn't make sense from their perspective.
I'm on the right track. Oh, nice. Good job, ASD. Do you use gift cards for every purchase? Not every purchase, but when you're newer, you should for as many as you can, because you need that extra margin while you build the skill and like the expertise around these different websites and different discounts.
So Tanner asked, do you have to check every UPC, or is there a program that can check a list all at once? So I assume you're talking about a wholesale catalog that has UPC codes included. So yeah, there are scanning tools out there that will essentially cross-reference your list of UPCs to Amazon's catalog and show you the products that are a match. So I think what most people would consider the best tool out there is called Scan Unlimited. But however, we actually don't even use a UPC scanner in our business anymore. I don't think, Garrett, I don't think you guys do either, right?
Just to sort, just to see the keeper graphs easily.
Yeah,
and so
we stopped using them too. You miss all the best stuff. Like you're not going to see multi-packs and yeah.
Exactly. So I was going to say the reason most high-level sellers don't use UPC scanners is because UPC scanners miss out on anything that's not a UPC match, and any multi-pack, any bundle. A lot of these duplicate listings will not be a UPC match. So they would completely slip through the filter. So you miss out on a ton of opportunity when you use UPC scanners.
Yeah, the only reason we use it is just to be able to see the keeper graph super quickly.
What should you do with slow moving inventory? You can lower your price. That's the obvious one. You can try a coupon at the same level. Sometimes that can encourage more volume than just lowering your price did. You can run some PPC to it. Corey's got some great advice as far as running PPC campaigns. Go check out his YouTube channel for that. And then if you're really just not selling it, you can also try cross-posting it on other platforms and then just basically like drop shipping it from yourself to platform, like, list it on eBay and you buy it from yourself and ship it to your customer.
And to your point about coupons, so repricers will not detect. There's no repricer out there, as far as I know, that detects coupons. So if you're on a listing where for some reason you can't get the buy box, or you're competing with another seller that's just dominating the buy box, like he said, try putting a coupon on the listing. That might kind of push you over the edge and get you a little more buy box share there.
Yeah, isn't like I forget who was talking about this. Coupon is probably more beneficial than simply just lowering your price.
Scott
says, at one point he said, like, if I could put a coupon on every single one of my listings, I would. Like,
well, because you probably, from Amazon's perspective, it probably gets pushed differently.
Well, it increases conversion. Apparently, it's a really good CTR booster. Yeah. And then at that point, it's like the quality of your listing determines.
The biggest downside is you still pay the coupon redemption fee. So if it's a really cheap item, then maybe don't run coupons as often.
Alejandro, best way to utilize gift cards. So the very broad answer is just to minimize cancels, right? If we're not talking about discounted gift cards or getting into the nitty gritty of that, they definitely do help with minimizing or eliminating gift order cancels, just because it's like verified money, right? If you're using a Dick's Sporting Goods gift card, buying on Dick's Sporting Goods probably helps a little bit from, get past and maneuver around those fraud detection programs. Now, once you start to get more advanced, right? Once you start leveraging discounted gift cards, buying a $100 gift card for $95, so on and so forth, now you're accomplishing the efficiency perspective from an ordering perspective, as well as increasing your margins, buying with cheaper dollars.
So somebody asked, what should be the other strategies for finding distributors apart from searching on Google? So there's two strategies that I really like for finding distributors. So one would be looking at trade show exhibitor lists. So find a niche that you want to get into and look for a trade show in that niche, and then look for the exhibitor list for that trade show. Typically, any exhibitor at a trade show is buying a booth. They're spending a lot of money to sell products to people at those trade shows. Those are going to be sometimes the brand, sometimes a distributor. The second, this is a really underrated option, one that's worked for us in the past, is look for industry associations and then look at the member list. So like associations of distributors. For example, there's like some industry group. It's like industry or, association of independent grocers, for example. I think that's one. And so if you go on their website, they've got a list of all the member companies, and it might be 200 different companies. And of those 200, 130 of them are grocery distributors, right? There's a lot of like kind of niche industry associations like that out there. And if you can find the member list, that can be a gold mine. Okay.
Keep that going. LinkedIn method too.
The LinkedIn method for prospecting, like for getting in front of people. Yep. So the best bet there, this works best if you can find a person's individual email address. So we use a tool called seamless.ai to pull people's company email addresses. So instead of emailing like info@company.com, I'm emailing Garrett@company.com. So what I do is I send an email directly to Garrett, and I keep it simple. And I say, hey, we're looking to buy this brand, this product, this quantity, right? Super simple, super to the point. And then I immediately send a LinkedIn connection request to that person on LinkedIn. And I attach a note to that request. And I say the same thing. I say, hey, just sent you a quick email. We're looking to buy this product from this brand and this quantity. Can you help? That's all we say. And then I'd say between 30 and 40% of the time that gets a response, right? And usually because we reached out from two different angles and we were specific about what we wanted, they're like, oh, okay, well, you need to talk to this person, or, this is the price, or here's the process for getting set up with us. Rarely ever is it like is it a no, or where are you selling this, right? Whereas if you're not as specific, a lot of times they ask a lot more questions.
Make sure you clip that, put it on Instagram and Twitter.
Facts. That was a really good clip. Yeah. Do you use the same repricing stuff for FBA and FBM for now? We'd recommend the AI repricing with BQL, and then I posted like step-by-step on that earlier this week.
Yeah, the only thing, don't use the AI if it doesn't have a buy box. It freaks out if it doesn't have a buy box. Profit boost and profit booster. Probably meant Sales Booster, I assume. Sales Booster and Sales Maximizer will lower your prices. Do not use them unless you mean to lower the prices. You got a bunch of stock, that kind of thing. So Equalizer or Profit Booster, where you should set stuff usually.
I mean, when there's not a buy box, there's really not much benefit to not being the lowest FBA price, right? From a consumer's perspective, where do you think they're looking if there's not a buy box? It's a specific item that they're looking for. They're not scrolling through the stores to make sure and to buy from the coolest seller's name, right? It's generally speaking, they're looking for that prime badge. They're looking for the cheapest price, and that's the one they're going with. So when there's no buy box, you're really kicking yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot by not being that lowest FBA offer, as long as it's obviously competitive and price where you want to be selling and things like that.
You mean you're not exclusively buying your personal goods from the price tankers or Dick's Sporting Goods with a $sign as the S, or
funding my college?
Funding my college. There's some good storefront names out there.
Is it worth buying ASINs that have 2 or 3 months of supply by competitors? Buying from competitors, I wouldn't get into that.
I would not do that. Yeah.
Well, I think what they're saying is, I think what they're saying is, would you jump on a listing where other sellers on the listing have 2 or 3 months worth of stock?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can.
As long as the new offer count isn't going up, and as long as the price isn't coming down, then yeah, that's not a big deal.
I mean, from a buy box percentage perspective, right? If you have 6 months of stock as compared to like 45 days worth, you're really not getting any compounding value from having a deeper stock at one specific point. So don't be scared away from massive stocks. As long as it's not like thousands, right? And they're clearly a wholesale seller and you're buying from Walmart, and they're probably going to drive you to the ground.
Somebody asked, Corey, how do you know what brands or items suppliers will have before you contact them? So pretty much every supplier is going to have a list of the brands that they carry on their website. And if they don't, then when you initially reach out to them and look to open an account, typically you'll speak with a sales rep, and then you can ask them for a list of brands, or if they have a price list, it'll be on their price list. So bottom line, especially if they have a big catalog, you want to find the brands that they carry. And then I'd like to choose 5 brands that they carry and choose 3 to 5 products from each of those brands, and essentially bring those products to the salesperson and say, hey, these are the products we're interested in. Could we have a price, right? And they'll quote you out on the quantities that you want. It's so much easier and more efficient to go that route, as opposed to going line by line through a whole catalog when maybe only 1% of that catalog is going to be profitable in the first place.
Yeah, bro said, I just signed up for BQ with the link in the description. Yes, sir. Anyone else can use BQ, do that as well.
What are the most common clothing sizes to sell? So it's going to depend on the item. Usually it'll be like the ones that make sense, like larges, mediums, that kind of thing. But go to Keepa Variations or SellerAmp Variations, and you can see sometimes it'll be like the XL sells the fastest for, whatever reason.
Remember, it's not always the fastest mover, right? Because the fastest mover is also probably going to have the most competition and generally the lower prices. So it's kind of a combination of the velocity going to a variation as well as the competition inside that variation. And then ultimately, and most importantly, the price point of that variation, because all those things are going to be different inside each variation, whether it's grocery, beauty, clothing, it's always going to be different.
Yeah, the data is going to tell you. Do you have a mentorship program? I do. If you're interested in that, you can check out the link in the description. Do you ever pull up in person? Yeah, Corey, how many pull-ups could you give us?
Is that what he's asking? Do I ever
talking about wholesale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he means like, do you ever pull up on suppliers in person?
Don't buy time. Don't buy time.
How many pull-ups can I do? Like 10, 12?
Like all the way down, or Garrett?
Like full extension, like literally like dead hang.
I can do more pull-ups than anyone on this live.
Not if we're going all the way down.
I don't think anyone's going to dispute you on that.
How can you do, Miles?
Going all the way down. No, I'm giving you a run for your money if you're going all the way down. Like if we're, because you're
Garrett is a literal Iron Man. What are you saying?
Garrett goes like this.
Miles is catching.
Like those CrossFit pull-ups.
What's up? No, not those. Those are OG.
Those are weak. Those are bad.
Those are the spine destroyers.
Somewhere in between the boy and
No, you gotta go like this to get the biceps. Gotta go like this.
The ones I've seen, Miles, in your video were like, are you pulling up to the training tonight? Those are legit pull-ups. You're going all the way down. I'll give you that.
It's not like I'm just saying this stuff.
How many can you do? Like full extension?
Like if I'm fired up at like 20 at least, yeah.
Damn.
Like I can.
How much do you weigh though?
Like 140.
Yeah.
Like I can pump them out. Yeah, Jackson's my personal trainer. Yeah, you got to go overhand or underhand though.
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, I'm more. Oh, I
Yeah,
guess-
definitely.
It's just an
For
excuse
most
Miles
people.
to show his guns.
Yeah, how many muscle ups? Oh, true. Garrett, can you muscle up?
Yeah.
Like a bunch?
Well, the first one's the hardest. If you get the momentum going, it's easy.
Oh, okay, true. Yeah, I can't. I want to though. Yeah, of course, Pickle Rick would be chirping about that. Good to see you in here, Pickle Rick. 10 overhand. No, I can do more than that for sure. So the merch was from those guys in Florida, Garrett?
I don't even know where they're from, to be honest. It's that
How'd you
Harold
find their
guy.
name? You asked Wi-Fi?
Yeah, he just gave me the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
like
don't
that's
know where
good
they're
quality
from.
merch stuff. Like that shit's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, this person ASD had a really good question here, and this is actually something we've been dealing with recently. So they asked, is it okay to list products whose UPCs don't match, even though you know they're the exact same product? So traditionally, it has been fine, right? It has been an issue, but recently we've actually had multiple of our good product listings removed while we've had inventory in stock, so it went stranded because the UPC on the listing doesn't match Amazon's official UPC, like in the GS1 database. So if it's not a true UPC match, then you're taking a risk because Amazon could essentially remove that listing at any time because the UPCs don't match. We still sell on plenty of listings like that. We just don't go as deep on those listings anymore because, like I said, Amazon can yank it at any time. Usually they'll give you a warning though. Like some of our most recent ones, we've got like a 15 or 20-day warning saying we are removing this product detail page because of a UPC mismatch in X amount of days.
There's
they at
also a
least give
bunch
you
of
a heads
listings
up.
that don't have a UPC straight up, and those are fine. Like
I
if
don't
they
know
don't
why
have a
they
UPC, you're not gonna like those are great listings.
How many?
Oh, really? So
products?
even if there's no UPC,
I've
at all,
never seen the no UPC listings get messed with. Like I have seen the UPC thing like you're talking about occasionally, but if it has no UPC, I've literally never had an issue. It could be just a
Interesting.
law of
Okay.
averages thing, and I haven't ran into it yet. But
Well, that's good to know. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to mismatch if it doesn't have a UPC listed, right? Like
Corey, what'd you do on your listing where no one is following MAP?
So
the
I
brand,
would, I would reach out to the brand and just make like they probably already know that MAP is being ignored, but I'd usually like to send a picture of the keeper graph and say, hey, MAP is here. And as you can see from this graph, it hasn't been MAP compliant in X amount of months, right? Like really dig the knife in and let them see that. And then be like, listen, we've got a couple of options. I don't break MAP. I adhere to my brand's policies. So what I'm willing to do is either sell my inventory back to you at cost, or I can try to work with you to get this issue in line, right? And then that's when you try to open the door to get exclusivity in return for helping them police that and help them grow their brand.
yeah, you toss a couple other nuggets. Hey, this bullet point, like this picture could be better, and then bang, you got a nice relationship going.
Yep.
I can either sell it to you guys back at cost, or we can work on getting this listing resolved.
That's fire, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, listen, like I'm not just going to sit here and pay storage on these products when everybody else, like when I'm obeying the policy and nobody else is, right? I'm not going to do that. So if you're not willing to buy these back at cost, and if you're not willing to work with me to get this fixed, then I'm going to have no choice but to just follow everybody else down, right? And then, I mean, ball's in their court at that point. If they don't want to talk further, then they're not the kind of brand you'd want to work with because they don't get it and there's no sense of urgency. So you just sell below MAP and move on.
Can you do wholesale from your house? You can. A lot of wholesalers, distributors are going to want you to have a commercial address. I did it out of my house for a while, but you can probably just use a prep center, to be honest. They'll act as a commercial address a lot of times. And with wholesale, you can get cheaper prep rates.
Yep. You definitely can do it out of your house. You can start out of your house for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember we got multiple pallets delivered to my dad's house in like a pretty narrow residential street. And so it's not impossible, but you'll scale out of it sooner than later.
We had a semi rolling up a cul-de-sac, bro.
Yeah, we kind of did too. And my dad's neighbors are all like, they're like poking out the door, like what's going on?
I didn't even think about it. The first time I scheduled the pickup and there's pallets going out, it's like, oh, they gotta like turn around in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I did what the people my neighbors getting their lawn driven on, and dudes
they get so mad
and crushing mailboxes.
The HOA Facebook group is going crazy.
Yeah.
How do you know if it has a UPC or not? It'll show on SellerAmp. It'll show you like the ASIN, and it'll also list the UPC if it has the UPC listed.
Prodigy, what prep center is that? You got to call them out.
My bad. Yeah, but don't worry about what someone told you either. Like that shows you haven't talked to any wholesalers if you're worried about what somebody told you. You know, like you gotta get out there and be able to get to it. Yeah, I was muted. My bad.
Somebody said my prep center located in Eugene said he will charge me 5 cents to ship today and $1 in a week. What is it? 5 cents?
Banter. That's banter. Come on, Corey. Who is that?
I don't know.
You're like really not on there. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, so that is it. That is Jay Carter, who you probably don't know either. His 14-year-old little brother who's lapping all these fools on Amazon.
Do you know who Jay Carter is?
Jay Carter or Jake Carter?
Either way, do you know either one of them?
I
don't.
You answered the question without answering the question.
There you go.
No, he was like the OG. He like he put us all on back in the day, basically. Like he was like with Garrett and I back in the day.
Welcome to Rolodex shaming with Miles and Garrett.
Yeah,
I don't know why they got it out for you today, Corey.
It's all good. I can handle it.
Yeah. We haven't had any wedding banter. Does anyone in the comments have any good wedding advice for Garrett or for any?
I actually got a DM about an air guitarist wedding invitation or wedding application.
We don't have one yet.
You're gonna need one.
That's the value we need.
I'm pretty sure they said they'd stand on the table and air guitar. That was their wedding invite proposition.
But the key is that they can't follow directions though because they DM'd you.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Yeah, but
we're gonna need some new SOPs.
Yeah,
make it a little more clear.
But that's the thing. If you are an air guitarist, like I probably don't want my air guitarist DMing the right person. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Corey's early, bro. We got another what? Oh, I guess we're.
It's 45.
Yeah, it's 45. It's 45. Get it in, bro.
It's the hour of dog drop.
Do a squat. Give us a squat real quick.
Yeah, give us a squat. Oh
what?
Garrett squat. That was a Garrett squat.
I can't
It's weird. It's weird weight distribution for sure.
Corey goes down. He doesn't come back up.
My back's fried.
All right, now
throws his back out.
Just woke him up.
Oh no! Oh, he's gonna get hurt right there.
We need the traditional. There we go.
Got some good air that time.
It's onto a beanbag for those of you who have not been on to a prior Money Monday.
He's still stuck right there. He has not moved a muscle.
A to G, facts. A to G right there. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, my friends. I think that's a wrap.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Free class going down Wednesday night. Go check that out. It's linked in the description. Warren and I'll be hosting that. Breaking down Q4 sauce. Go to howtofbm.com if you want more sauce on FBM, q4secretsauce.com, intro to amazon.com. Go follow all these guys on socials, except Corey, because he will not know who you are. Right there.
No, follow me.
Guys, yeah, go follow these guys.
Great hanging out with you guys. Good to answer some questions. Let's run it back next Monday. We'll see you guys same time this next week.
See you guys. Yep.